Hey guys, and welcome to game number 34 out of 100 of the Mack vs. Machine series, where I'll be playing 100 games of Scrabble against the top online Scrabble bot, HastyBot. We're now officially at the 1/3 mark in our series, and we're doing quite well so far. We're at 21 wins and 12 losses, so hopefully we can continue the positive trend going forward here into game number 34. The bot is first and starts off well with a bingo of peonage for 68. We're a little bit consonant heavy in this rack. I'd love to get rid of that J and hopefully at least one L. We could certainly just play gel here for 20. BEHR, okay leaf, not amazing, but definitely not terrible. There's also Jebel, which scores more. HLR is probably slightly weaker just because it doesn't have the vowel. And I don't know, it doesn't seem like that's great for synergy. It does set up our H here for this spot, but it also, of course, sets up a lot of potential for him to score if he has, especially an X or even just an F, H, or W. So I don't love that. I feel like I'm probably better off playing gel, even though I'm down a little bit. It's still very early, and I'd rather not turn a 50-point deficit into a 100-point deficit very quickly. And I do like keeping that E here just for insurance to make sure I can continue to score next turn. So I'm kind of leaning towards gel. I don't have anything here that goes across, unfortunately. Job is an option, but 2 L's is pretty rough, so I don't like that. I have anything through this A? Don't think I do I? That uses the J? Not seeing it. So yeah, let's just go ahead and play gel. Looks reasonable. Okay, so he plays futile. We have brushed. Does it not play? That's very annoying. Futile does not take an S or an R, unfortunately. Yeah, brushed doesn't fit there or here. Wow. Do I have any, like, 9s? I don't think so. Wow, that's pretty annoying. But okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm already not loving the way this board is going. Futile was a really good play by him because it's already tough to bingo. There's not. I guess there's a T that could go here, but it's hard to go above here. So I'd need to end in an S pretty much, but it's not going to be doable here. Have any double doubles maybe just to score a bit? Bursated. No, that's no good. If I could just score... Yeah, I have breaths. I probably should just cash in. It's 48. I mean, it gets me to within 30. It's not a great position, but... Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't have anything that doesn't use the S, because I'd like to save it if I can, but I doubt it. Yeah, I don't think so. Bread. Yeah, breadth doesn't work because the D would have to go between the A and the T. So yeah, probably just breaths. I mean, I don't think it's worth it to play something like burrs here. Yeah, it just scores way fewer, so I've got to do this. Yeah. Okay, he plays Aquay, and we do get our S back, which is nice. Definitely some clunkers to go with it, though. KUV, pretty difficult to work with. Do we have anything great through this A? Probably not. I'm not dying to play Hakus and spend the S. Maybe Haku here. I don't mind being a little aggressive, given we're at a deficit. Yeah, this looks reasonable, because if he doesn't have an S, it's not super easy for him to deal with. And as long as I can pick up a couple vowels, I'll be able to use it. Obviously, I don't love DSV. I think I like that better than Haku's, though. Just because it does have a lot of upsides, both now and maybe in the long term, even if he doesn't block it immediately. Of course, Haku's does keep a consonant, which is nice, and scores 9 more points immediately. So it's probably a little bit better, almost certainly a little bit better on static, playing Haku's immediately. So there is something to be said for that. I guess Haku, I mean, he could also overlap here pretty easily, but it's not going to be that easy for him to, because even if he puts, say, an E here, I'll be able to use that. Another nice thing is I have 2 spots. Like, even if he goes here, maybe I can hit the A better next turn. I just don't love after Haku's, like, on this board. There's not a lot of great places for me to go. I think I'm going to play Haku and be aggressive here. I just think given if the score was different, I'd probably play through this A, but at this score, I think I like this. Oh, boy. Okay, so he plays 2. He leaves the spot open, and we have no vowels. Probably have to just exchange here. I mean, I don't have anything through this A that even reaches the triple. I mean, I'm not going to play ands. That's not worth it. Cans? No, I don't think I do. Or through this U, really. I don't have any. Yeah, I've got to exchange, unfortunately. So I would keep both S's here, because then hopefully I'll be able to use one maybe to score a bit and then keep the other. So given how strong the S is here, it definitely makes sense to keep both. Also deprives him of the opportunity to pick one up. So yeah, let's trade 5. Okay, so ooh, this is actually interesting. So he plays Gookie. I was gonna just say snap down fixes, but I do have fix as well. I mean, fix does keep both S's and the E, but of course, I think it just gives back too much, though. I mean, if he has an A or an E, this could be really bad. And my position, I mean, I'm still keeping an S after fixes, and this is why I liked keeping both of the S's on my exchange. Like, DS is a perfectly fine leave. I'm scoring a few more points. I'm not in that bad a position. I'm going to be down 28 and I have an S. Like, this isn't that bad. I think I should just play fixes here. I don't see a good reason. There's not that much benefit to keeping the second S at this point. So, yeah, let's, is it worth considering faxed? Now that I look at this? Because now he actually just made Haku's really hard to block. Because now he can't really play parallel. I guess he could underlap this, though. Yeah, he's probably going to just underlap this, especially since he plays for equity. Yeah, he's probably just going to underlap this, and I think I should cash in while I can. Like I said, I'm not in that bad position. Wait, how do I get my tiles back? Why can't I get I can't get my tiles back yet. Hold on. Wait, what? Oh, is it this? No. Reset rack. Okay. I literally didn't know how to get my tiles back to my rack. That was funny. Normally I just put the arrow in front of my play, but I couldn't since I was all the way at the top right corner. I couldn't either put it above or below my rack. That was funny. Anyway, okay, we're getting low on time. Let's play fixes. He plays Congo. We have Aniseed. Not gonna play. Okay. Arsenide near side. Probably just dying to score. I mean, I'm not in a panic here. I'm only down 30, and I have a good leave. So I don't need to open anything up here. I'll have time for that. There's a line here if I can hit it above the F and fixes. Yeah, I think this is probably fine. Let's go ahead and do that. It's a bit of a constant heavy pull too, so AES is a great leave. Okay, he plays Vivat, so he's got a couple V's. Now we've picked up another S, which is not a bad thing. What are we down? We're down 50. No, Pasatic? No, I don't think that's good. Maybe Spavey? Set up the S here for a big score? I think this maybe is called for. It takes a T also for Spavia, but it's not very easy to end a 6 in a T. And if I can score like 50 there next turn, that would be a good way, probably easier for me than bingoing to get back in the game. I also do fork the board and set up another bingo line here. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, now that I can't really score and there's minimal places to bingo, I'm not loving trying to grind this out, being down 50 here. doesn't seem all that exciting. It's not that easy to bingo to this R. See, I think I like Spavey. I don't have a lot of good plays. Like, I can't score as far as I can tell. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, Zaribas? Does that still not play? Come on, I can't get a bingo down. Okay, yep, Zaribas does not look like... Wait, Arabizes? No, that's not gonna fit either. Yeah, Zaribas does not play, unfortunately. This P is actually proven to be really annoying in terms of getting bingos down. So I guess I'm just going to play ZA in the corner, huh? I mean, AIBRS is still a solid lead. I'm going to be within 20. Like, I'm not that far behind. So this is probably fine. I think it's, unless, do I want to play Zariba? I mean, it has the benefit of digging more for the blank. Ooh, this is actually tough. Gives back a lot, though. Could also play Biza here and sort of split the difference. Yeah, I think these plays are all kind of close. This is a tricky call. So Za scores 37, Biza is 32, Zariba is 36. So they're pretty similar in score. Yeah, Za gets me within what we said, 20. That blank would be really nice to get, though. Little consonant heavy on the pool. I don't love playing all my vowels off with Zariba. Maybe Biza then, because ARS is also really strong. AIBRS is not all that likely to bingo. Like, actually, it's not that great to leave on this board. An E would be really nice to try to hit here. And the B is going to make it tough for me to hit an 8. So ARS should bingo more. I think between that and playing off 2 more tiles for the blank, Biza is probably worth it over Za. I guess, yeah, I don't want to play Zariba here, I don't think, and get back to Z plays. Yeah, this is, I think they're all pretty close. I don't want to spend too much more time on it. I'm going to play Biza. Okay, so he makes a nice play there to dump some consonants by playing Dimwit. And, okay, where are we bingoing? Can we bingo here? I feel like we should be able to. C-Drone. I mean, I think I've got to do that, right? It scores 80. I mean, if he bingos back, he bingos back. I don't think I'm in a position to sacrifice a ton of points with something like Corsaid, because, I mean, I'm only going up, like, 15. He could easily outrun me, and he can still bingo through those tiles. So, yeah, I think I need the points. Is there anything that doesn't put the S there? Probably not. Yeah, I also want to save some time in case we get into an endgame, so let's do that. Wow. Shoral for 20. Huh, okay, so we're not up a ton. I'm not going to have a ton of time to go through this. He's threatening certainly, well, mostly things like red lines, red liner, red line. I'm not going to be able to stop everything, I don't think, unless, can I go, like, here? How about, untie. That looks really good. Yeah, that looks good, because I keep a vowel. He doesn't have great tiles in the endgame, so I'm feeling pretty good about being up 27 going into this endgame. Pretty good, not amazing. I don't think plays like Lemon are going to win most often, because then they'll tie the game and I'll still have a turn. Yeah, an AT is pretty safe lead. It's going to be hard for me to get into either major vowel or consonant trouble, so I think I like this. I also just don't really have much more time to process it, and I do want to have a minute to look in the endgame if it comes close, so let's do that. Okay, Dreamer. Oh, that was a lot. Shoot, okay. Oh boy. Ratline, Reliant, Retinol, Latrine, Trinale, nothing fits. Shoot. RN, is he going out? Is he going out? Tarn. Does he have another out other than Tarn? Quick. If he doesn't have another out, yeah, Nidal will lose, barely. But if I just play Tat. If I just play Tat and save Nidal. I think I win, unless I missed an out. I don't know. I don't have time. Oh, okay. Whew. Wow. That was stressful. Yeah, okay, because he couldn't block Nidal there. So after all that, 8-point win for us, 362 to 354. Clutch play in the endgame there. Yeah, Nidal immediately, I think, would have lost by 3 to Tarn, but we will definitely look at that. What a game! That was a sort of boring and intense game at the same time, if that makes any sense, because there just wasn't all that much going on early. I was kind of just trying to stay close-ish, and then, but it was always felt kind of tense, like I was close to bingoing, but couldn't quite get it down. And then at the end, we finally managed to get the blank, get down Seedrome, and then, yeah, I did not see Dreamer coming. That was a nice play by him to score like 43. I'm not sure I could have really done anything about it, to be honest, anyway. But yeah, wow. Okay, let's look at this. We're probably going to want to bring Quackle in, too, for the end. So yeah, Peonage is the only 7. This rag actually comes up pretty often. And, it's pretty well known that Peonage is the only 7, so good find by him there. Yeah, Gel versus Jebel. Again, I didn't really like HLR. I do prefer keeping the E if I can help it, just to ensure better balance. And I mean, I'm down, but I don't want to turn a 60-point deficit into a 100-point deficit very quickly if he scores 100 here. And this isn't that likely to stay open for my H, and BEHR just has a lot more upside next turn than HLR. Yeah, Futile was a great play by him to block everything. I couldn't get brushed down. Breaths looks like it's got to be right. It's too many points to really consider anything else. Vowel trouble for the bot. Yeah, I would have probably played Aquay here, although Aquay in this spot does have the drawback of giving back big QI play. So you could make the argument that the frequency at which I'll just score 40 very easily there does outweigh the occasional freak triple. It's an argument you could make. And oh, I think I missed Kava's. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The V is bad, but DHU is also pretty bad. So I don't know. I should have at least seen that. I think I sort of just tunneled on Haku versus Haku's, and like I said, I'm not surprised at all to see that Haku's is higher on static, just given that it's 9 more points and does keep a vowel. So, I mean, I don't know. So I guess I'm down 27 after either Kava's or Haku's. I think it's pretty close between the two of those, and the Leaf evaluator agrees. I'm down 27. It's not a great position by any means. I mean, I'm down still. I'll probably be up 60 after his turn. DAV and DHU are not really going anywhere on this board. I just felt like it was not a fun position to be in, and Haku, of course, this could turn sour quickly, as it did. But I'm down 35. Now I have a lot of upside, though. I have the S here, I have the A to work with my consonants. So I just felt like, in the long run, this was going to be a better path for me, since I felt like I'm definitely at a disadvantage, and I probably would be at a disadvantage for at least a couple more turns, hopefully not longer, but it just felt like this gave me a better chance to come out of it. So I think it's as questionable for sure. I think it's definitely defensible, though. I'm okay with this. Okay, he plays 2. Rough rack for him. I might have gone with Kata just to take this out and get rid of an extra consonant. I mean, yeah, of course a W is worse than the C, but CGTO? Oof, that's pretty rough. I feel like GOW actually has a bit more potential to improve into something better. That CGT combo is ugly, and you do take this out. So I think I would have gone with Kata here if I were him, but I mean, 2 is not terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not playing Navs here, come on. For only 7 points and I'm taking out one of my best lanes on the board, absolutely not. No, it's exchanging all the way here, and like I said, I like keeping both S's because 2 reasons. 1, I can use one with Haku's for a big score and then still have another, and 2, I don't want to put them back in the pool for him to draw and be able to use. So this looks fine. Gookie, I can't argue with that. I like that better than Cookie. The C is considerably better than the G. Yeah, and this one, this was not obvious, right? I could definitely play Fix here, which not surprised to see it rank higher on Static, given DESS is really nice. But Fixes scores 4 more, and I'm just giving back so many easy 40, possibly 50, even 60-point plays there. And that'll just totally neutralize all of my score from Fix. And after Fixes, I mean, I'm scoring 60. I'm only down 28. There's now pretty good lines. I've got DS. Like, I'm not feeling all that bad about life after Fixes. And I don't think I need to risk playing Fix and then once again feeling bad about life after he plays something like Zoe for 90. It's just not worth the risk. So much better off playing Fixes here. Yeah, this was the problem with CGTL. It can turn ugly very fast. Yeah, Cognac is a cool play, too. Maybe I might have gone with Cognac just for slightly better balance with OT, because the pool it's not that constant heavy, but it's a little constant heavy. And Congo does leave you a bit vulnerable to having too many consonants next turn, so I kind of like Cognac. It also completely takes out this A. Of course, the C can't be paralleled since there's no 2s with a C. So, yeah, I would have maybe gone Cognac. Also, honorable mention to Coconut and Octagon. Those are cool, longer plays, too. You don't see Coconut on a Scrabble board very often. It's not the right play here, but it's cool nonetheless. Yeah, Dine seems good. No reason to make a play like Ed. On a wide open board, sure, maybe, but, I mean, AEINS, it's like, where am I even really bingoing with that? It's not going to do well with this E or this A. It's tough to end a bingo precisely in an R. And I could maybe hit something with an E, but it's not nearly likely enough to justify the sacrifice of 11 points and also 2 more shots at the blank. So Dine, I think, clearly best. He picks up 2 Vs. Yeah, Vivat looks great for him. He scores decently, and he gets rid of both of his tiles. Yeah, this is reasonable. I think I saw that. I also saw Pavis, but what I liked about Spavey is my position is again, it's not dire, but it's not great. And I felt if I just sort of keep dilly-dallying here, then if he kind of blocks this lane, I don't have a lot of good places to bingo, and I'm going to be down 50 without a good place to score. And it just seemed like a road that for a while was okay to go on, but now that I don't have any good place to score or good scoring tiles, it's a road I need to get off of and be a little bit more aggressive. Whereas with plays like Dine and Fixes, I was a little bit more accepting of it. I feel like times have changed a little bit now, and I do, given my rack and the way the board is developing, especially after a play like Vivat putting those Vs out there, I do think I need to be a little bit more proactive. So I think Spavey is a good play because, like I said, there's a dual threat. Of course, it's opening another bingo line here next to this S, and I could easily pick something up with Spavey's, especially if I draw maybe the Z, or even without the Z. Brawls will be like 60, and that'll be more than enough to get me back into this game. So I think Spavey is a good play here. Yeah, Pricey looks good for him. Takes out that spot, scores well. Yeah, and this turn was one of my trickier ones, I think. So I almost just played Za immediately. And then, yeah, the other main things I looked at were Baiza here. I didn't actually look at Baiza there, but I don't like RS. I definitely think the vowel is quite valuable. It's second to last A, 10 vowels, 18 consonants, and I cannot afford to draw 6 or 7 consonants here. I really can't. So I think I've got to keep a vowel. I don't like this at all. Bizarre is okay, but the A is considerably better than the I think, with that pool. Also, this I mean, it does open that lane, which is sort of nice, and set up my S. So there is something to be said for Bizarre. I'm not too worried about the A here because there's only one left. And it does give back this nice bingo line. I mean, this S setup is nice. It's not that strong, though. I mean, the best I'm probably going to get is like WIS, W-I-S. So I'm not sure that's worth it. After Baiza, I mean, I'm down 27, 25. Problem is, I'll probably need to bingo again, to bingo at some point to come back to this game. It's going to be tough. There's not enough scoring tiles, I don't think, to come back without a bingo. And ARS is probably a little bit better for bingoing than IRS, but Bizarre does facilitate that a little more by creating this lane. So I'm actually sort of liking Bizarre. It does have drawbacks, though. I mean, because even if he doesn't have the A, he could easily play something like Doze here and score and take that out. But yeah, if I can pick up WT, actually, maybe for Whist or even Miss, that'll score over 40. That maybe would give me an outside shot at coming back without a bingo, too. So I actually kind of like Bizarre, now the more I look at it. It's a, no pun intended, it's a bit of a bizarre-looking play, given it puts the Z there when I don't really have to. But yeah, like I said, with only one A left, I'm really not, the odds of him having an overlap are slim. And I probably should try to be a little bit more proactive than this. My position is still, even though I have ARS, like on this board, it's still kind of weak. I definitely didn't like Zariba. I think that's correct not to do that. But yeah, I'm sort of feeling like Bizarre maybe a bit better than Biza here. I guess it's really a question of how bad do I think my position is after Biza being down 25. And it's not terrible, but it's, again, I think going to still be tough for me to win without a bingo in most cases. And Bizarre overall has got to make my bingo percentage higher because of this lane it creates for me to possibly end in like ES or something. So yeah, I don't know. This is a tough call. I think if I had to do it again, I might actually go with Bizarre here. But it's close. Yeah, Dimwit is a great play by him just to dump tiles. And then Roadstead. Wow. That's funny. I actually briefly looked at that AD. And I'm sure I've seen Roadstead before because it's well in the range of 9s I've studied. But that does not ring a bell, to be honest. Huh. Yeah, that's... I mean, that's got to be better, right? Not to give back all those floaters. I'm not worried about this scoring spot. He's not going to... There's no X or anything. He's not going to score a ton there. Because, yeah, I'm going to be going up 29 either way. I'd rather... I should be in decent shape if he doesn't bingo. Yeah, I think that's got to be the play. I guess I need to brush up on my 9s a little bit. Because I put in a lot of time to study them. And I found a couple in this series. But yeah, that does not even ring a bell, to be honest, Roadstead. Even if I saw it, I don't think I would have thought it was good or certainly risked playing it. But yeah, this is actually, I think, kind of a sizable mistake, just because his bingo percentage is so much lower after Roadstead. I mean, it's a good pool for bingoing. Lots of R's, N's, T's, E's, I's. And, I mean, look at all these floaters I'm giving him with C-Drum. This is really scary. So yeah, this is actually a sizable mistake. Unfortunately, I got away with it, but this is a sizable mistake not playing Roadstead. Just, again, given how much this increases his bingo percentage. I'm absolutely correct to play C-Drum over any of these, just because I do need the 14 points, but Roadstead is clearly best. Yeah, rough draw for him with all those R's, and very fortunate for me after my my mistake here. But yeah, Schorl, I mean, looks fine. You're scoring something, keeps 3 in the bag, which is a good number since it makes life a little bit difficult for me to go through the possibilities. I do like keeping the E. I don't like Ruhr. Yeah, I think Schorl is fine. And then, yeah, well, I mean, I think I've got to block the top, right? Like, I don't think I can play Eliwant. I mean, he's got, like I said, he's got a million words with, like, red lines, redlined, redliner, or including through this E, redliner, reminder. I'm sure there's many more, too. I'm not even, reindeer. Like, there's a lot of bingos he could have here. I think I've got to address that. Yeah, I think I've got to block that. And I mean, Untie felt pretty good. I didn't see the possibility of Dreamer, or I guess Reamer possibly could hurt too. Granted, it's pretty unlikely because he's got to have the M and both E's, which isn't. It's not probable that he'll have all 3 of those tiles. And as we saw, I'll actually win a decent amount of the time even after that if he doesn't have an out, because he'll have to use most of his vowels. So yeah, if he doesn't, he's probably going to need to have that along with the I just to save himself an out and hope I can't go out. So a lot still has to go his way for Dreamer to be enough. And as we saw, I mean, if that isn't even enough, then how is he going to come back in this endgame? Because I'm going to be up 27. AT is a perfectly reasonable leave. And yeah, I mean, there's just not a lot of other places to score. Like I said, I'm not worried if he plays Limed. I mean, it's a tight game. He's probably not going to have, he's only going to have 1-point tiles. It'll be my turn. And I'll have a tempo, so I can just probably play off some tiles here or play through here. And I should be able to win by a small margin pretty easily. So yeah, I think Untie is perfectly fine. I think it wins almost all the time in the end games, and certainly Untie, I have to imagine, will lose less endgames than Eluant will lose to say, Albingos or things like that. And let's face it, I mean, Eluant only scores 3 more than Untie, so he could even still just play Dreamer, and I could run into similar issues as Untie in those few endgames where it is enough to win. So I think Untie's got to be the play here. Yeah, he plays Dreamer, and yeah, of course, HastyBot's engine is showing it ties, but I don't have... Oh, wait, would Nidal have tied, actually? Did I do that? Oh, I think I did. I think I was scoring that as 18 in my head. Yeah, so Nidal... Wait, so 21, 356. Yeah, Nidal would have tied. Huh. I don't know why I thought it was going to lose by 3. But yeah, so Nidal would have tied, because that would put me at 356. He goes out with Tarn for 5, 354, gets the 2 for my T for 356. So yeah, Nidal would have tied. And thankfully, though, I had just enough time to kind of go through the whole board and realize that he doesn't have any outs besides Tarn. And I was sort of just crossing my fingers, then hoping that I didn't miss one, because especially when you're low on time, it can be easy to miss one. But this is a pretty unfriendly board to playing off tiles, especially consonants, and it's not that hard to look around and see. I mean, there's no open vowel for like earn or run or ran or things like that. So it's not too hard to see. He doesn't have another out. And the second thing I was able to realize within my minute or so I had is Nidal can't be blocked, right? Because he has an R and an N. There's no way for him to block that. I guess Tidal, for that matter, would have worked also. But yeah, so I'm like, if I just block his out, then I'm just going to play Tidal or Nidal next turn, and then he won't be able to get out and go out and get the extra points for my tile. And I could tell he wasn't going to be able to score nearly enough to outrun me, because after Tat, he's only up 10, and Nidal's going to be 21, which I think at this point I was adding correctly in my head. Even if I was thinking it's only 18, though, I knew this would be more than enough, because he's not going to be able to play off either of these tiles for more than a couple points. I think the most I saw was the 5 over here, which is indeed what he did. I think I had winning by 5 in my head, because I may have still been adding Nidal as 18 under my time pressure, so I figured he scores 5, goes up 15, I go out for 18 to go up by 3, and then get the 2 from his racket, win by 5. I think that was what I had calculated, and only when I actually played Nidal did I realize, oh hey, it's actually 21, and I'm going to win by 8. So, in any case, Tat was still the right play, so very glad both that I saved enough time for myself to find that, and that I found it, because with just under a minute on the clock, that's by no means a routine endgame. And yeah, I thought if I realized, I'm almost ironically glad that I thought Nidal or Tidal lost by 3 instead of tying, because if I realized they tied, there's a chance I maybe would have just taken them out of fear I was missing an out. Although I feel like I still would have, been confident enough after looking through the board for 30 seconds that he couldn't go out with RN and taken the win. But it would have definitely made me second guess myself a little more if I knew that I could get a tie with Nidal or Tidal. But in any case, of course, much more happy with a 8-point win than a tie. So nice win for us there, and we now improve our score to 22-12 in the series. So yeah, that's it for this one, folks. Thanks very much for watching. As always, feel free to leave any suggestions or ideas for other plays in the comment section, and I look forward to seeing you all for game number 35 in a couple of days. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.